Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Michelle Boulay, and I help people connect to love within them, moving through them so they can have more energy, vitality, abundance, wonderful relationships, and just truth and, hey, this is really important, creativity. All of those good things which are your birthright. And the way I do that is through my work as a life coach, a healer, a dancer, and an artist. And today I want to talk a little bit about truth and identity and how your body can be a great way to register this. And this comes from a question I received from someone about some decisions this person's having to make to move forward in life that aren't so easy. So I'll just read what this person wrote. I am a dancer clown awaiting surgery to repair my right ACL. That's in the knee, if you don't know. When the injury first happened, I kept active and remained positive. As I've turned down performance opportunities, it's been harder. I started to talk to my knee, nice work, and it told me to rest, drink water, go for walks, do chair exercises, yoga, dance in a modified way, hold off public performances for the moment, and do personal performances. Yesterday, I got asked about a possible public performance opportunity, and my body wasn't having it. I know that trusting, honoring my body is the right thing to do because honestly, this level of listening is something that I just started doing. Again, nice work. But it didn't feel like puppy dog tails and rainbows saying no. So the question is, how do you handle the tension between what your body needs and your identity? When does saying no feel better? So I want to approach this by first talking about identity. From all the work I've done in energy medicine and looking at consciousness, I realize that we're not like a conglomeration of parts. We are a temporary convening of consciousness. Temporary. Consciousness being your belief systems, energy, and potential packed into your magical body. And I know a lot of that from my studies in quantum theory, which is a big basis for a lot of energy medicine modalities. Or at least like that's how it's explained now, some of this ancient information. It's like, yes, let's get quantum. So in this field, this quantum field, every potential is possible. And it's through how you choose to think, believe, and look at a situation that you witness it into potential. You create it. So I can talk more about that another time. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole too much. But let's just keep this focused on identity. So to continually grow, you will be asked to expand your identity, who you believe yourself to be. So what does identity look like? In this person's case, it could have been, I was healthy and now I'm injured. It could look like I was single and now I'm not. Or I was partnered and now I'm single. I'm 5 pounds, 25 pounds lighter or heavier than before. I am a professional business person, dancer, artist, and now I'm a full-time parent. These are all shifts in identity. And they can also look like this. I was an unhappy person and now I'm not. I was sick and now I'm not, or vice versa. I was suffering and now I'm not. It can be I was employed and now I'm not, or I wasn't employed and now I am. So it's like all these things that we sort of look at as who we are. It's a great question. Who are you? And how can you remain, fluid enough around that in a way that you're not clinging on to this thing? So when that thing is no longer there, what you believe it to be, it's like all of a sudden your whole world is thrown. So I think, in this particular case, this thing is happening, and I've had this happen to myself personally so many times via injury, where it's like, wait a second, I can't be what I thought I was maybe, 5 weeks ago. My life has shifted. And it's not a bad thing. I think what's important is to look at it as you're letting go of something perhaps that's not serving you, to step into something else. And injury is such a great indicator of that. Something that you had set up, mostly subconsciously, or most likely subconsciously, directed you towards this, and now it's like, boom, little wake-up call. And I like to call these, if we sticking to identity, I like to call these shifts, they're like little deaths and rebirths. And maybe that's also because I'm a Scorpio and death and rebirth are my jam. So we're doing this all day long. You have to let go and exhale to take in the next inspired breath. You are constantly letting go of what you don't need to take in what you do need. And it will feel, in this case, it will feel unfamiliar in any of the identity shifts I mentioned above, because your subconscious mind may not recognize this new pattern. But that's what change is. It's like if you want to change, you're gonna enter a likely unfamiliar field. If you're trying to predict where you're gonna go, you'll just land exactly where you're gonna go, and you're still in the thinking patterns that have kept you where you are. Dun, 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 lots of information. So with identity, I think it's important to notice if you cling to aspects of your identity as something that hold you together and that keep you stable, and to question, is this identity no longer serving me? And maybe to just experiment with letting go of this thing that you thought to be true. And I think what's important is to look at it as letting go of something of a lower vibration to shift into a higher vibration. So I think that can be a great way to look at this. And what do I want to say here? The last thing I want to say is that your body is also really capable of miracles. It is powerful. And this kind of cycles back to this quantum field where there's potential for anything. And I like to quote, this is not a direct quote, but Emma Kuntz, who was an artist in Switzerland in the, I believe, late 1800s, early 1900s, who made these beautiful drawings, these amazing drawings that she would use as tools to heal her patients. And she would have quote unquote miracles happen. Someone gets cured from polio. She figures that out by the drawing. It figures out how to help that person. But the thing that she would say is I'm not performing any miracles. I'm just working with universal laws or the laws of the universe. This is how everything operates. And if you can tap into that wisdom, you function with optimum health. You function in the way that you are here to be. As I said in the beginning, with love, with abundance, with prosperity, with support, because you have entered into that field of growth and rebirth, of taking on the new, shedding the old. It's just like the seasons. It's like the tree blooms and then it lets its leaves go again. It goes dormant and then it blooms again. So I think that answers that question and more. This is up on my blog, so if you want to go there and leave a comment or ask a question, please do that there at embodyradiance.com. And please feel free to share this with anyone who you think might benefit from this work. Make sure you're signed up for my email list. I have a great free audio on there when you sign up called Realign Towards Your Dreams. It's a beautiful 15-minute practice to do just that, help you realign through your body, your mind, your soul towards creating the things that you want to create in your life. I believe you can do it. I am fully in that practice myself, always, daily. I love it, and I love sharing it with other people and seeing other people step into their light and love too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful day.